Okay. I don't know what is going on with StreamYard. That was weird. Welcome. This is Mudding and Beags live, episode 10. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Hello, Orphan Annie. Hello, GT. Welcome back. Hello, Miss Hippie. Hope you all are doing well tonight. Muddin, he just took off. I don't know where he went. We're just getting in. I've been painting a building all day, so I'm just getting in the driver's chair here. But we are ready to go. Um, I think I'd like to start off tonight a little bit different, and I think it'd be um, a nice thing to just sit back for a second and have a chat about uh, the past week's events, and give you some of my thoughts about um, what's been going on over here in America. Whether I don't know if you want to hear my opinion or not, but I just think that I might should say a little something and give you my viewpoint on what is going on over here. Um, as a lot of you know, this past week, Charlie Kirk was assassinated during a live uh, meet and greet, open debate at the University of Utah Valley University, UVU, in Utah. And um, let me begin by stating that when I saw the feed come across, I was at work and I saw Charlie Kirk dead at 31. Now, I wasn't subscribed to Charlie Kirk. I'm not a fan of Charlie Kirk. I did not um, know much about Charlie Kirk. But when his name came across, I knew exactly, or I thought I knew exactly who it was. And when I checked on it, I did. I remembered his face. I remember kind of what his gig was. And so my point is that I was aware of him, but I wasn't very aware of. I had seen some of his videos, and that was about the gist of my understanding of Charlie Kirk. He just wasn't someone that I had paid much attention to. So that's where I started. That's that's where my view starts. So I looked into the event, at what happened and the past events, what happened during the event, what happened after the event, and then I'm looking at it from my conspiracy minded views. And so I've done a lot of digging this week into this and thinking and contemplating and trying to understand what happened, why it happened, and what it means for us as a community, as for a country, for humanity. And so one thing I did was I watched quite a few of his videos debating people. And I think the basic gist is that I don't agree with everything that Charlie Kirk says. No doubt. There's a lot of things I don't agree with. But there are a lot of things that I believe he was 100, accurate on. Example, his views on college being a scam, absolutely 100% accurate. He is a self-taught individual, autodidactic, and he was advocating that we didn't need, kids that should be, self-taught, homeschooled, that our education system is a scam. our higher education system. And I 100% agree with him on that. His views on immigration. I haven't dug what I think is deep enough, but so far, what I see, he was 100 on that in a lot of ways. Other things I disagreed with him on. And that's okay. I think that was his whole gig was not you need to agree with me, you must agree with me, but that we need to be able to talk. And people have forgotten how to talk. I have personally in my life, in my work here on YouTube, as many of you know, have tried to debate many people, and they do not, they don't want to do that. That everybody is shit tail scared to have a open discussion. They'll talk shit all day long, but when it comes to going toe to toe with the Ruskies, so to speak, they just, you know, they will not do it. Or they come up with some bullshit rules that, you know, you can't debate with rules. There's no there's no crying in baseball. Yeah, there's no the debating rules are just horseshit. If you want to have a conversation, sometimes it's gonna get ugly, and you got to be able to go at it, and you got to be able to take the punches, and you got to be able to punch back. So that being said, I do think that he was exposing the mental instability of the left, the Democrats, the liberals in the United States. We have known as awakened people, even Republicans know that the liberals, the Democrats are batshit crazy. They literally need to be locked up in padded rooms and given little pill cups. They're fucking nuts. Okay. We all know that. They're the ones that are shooting up the schools. They're the ones that are, you know, causing all the craziness over here in America politically. They are off their fucking rocker. Their cheese has slid off their crackers. Okay. And this event, I think, has exposed them, because as soon as this gentleman died in front of his family, in front of 2,000, 3,000 kids, young adults, people, in a dramatic way, these liberals, these Democrats, these whatever you want to call them, these transgender nutties, whatever you want to call them, they have been saying the most hateful things you could possibly imagine all over social media. I'm dumbfounded at some of the things. I mean, they're saying, I won't even repeat the things they're saying, but I'm sure a lot of you understand what I'm talking about. They are literally working for the dark energies of this world. I don't think they know this. I don't think they signed like a contract that said, I'm going to work for the dark energies. I think the dark energies have got control of these people and are using they're controlling them like puppets. The weak-minded. So one of the good things that's going to come out of this tragedy is that the liberal Democrat nut jobs are going to be exposed. They're losing their jobs right now. They're people are not putting up with their shit anymore. And it's about fucking time. It's fuck around and find out season. And these people have fucked around, and now they're about to find out. And it could get quite ugly, y'all. I don't think any of you understand, especially you people that are not in our country. I don't think you understand how well armed the American public is. there are, I could point to at least 3 people within a very short distance of my location that could arm the entire county that I live in by themselves. And there's at least 3 that I know of. You have no idea how many guns we have. It's on. Now, that being said, I don't want us to go there. That is not where we need to go. We need to not do that. But unfortunately, they have martyred this gentleman, and whether, I agree with him or disagree with him or agree with some of what he says, they have turned the guy into a martyr, and we all know how that ends. So that sucks, but it is what it is. Now, that being said, the Republicans in our country are just as fucking stupid as the Democrats, but they're not crazy. And they're not stupid as in like ding fries are done stupid. Okay. They're ignorant. They don't know really what's going on, but they know something's not right. It's like they're awakening. They're having that soft awakening. That's where Republicans are. Now, when you're actually awake, you don't have any political affiliates. You do not do politics. I don't do politics. I haven't done politics my whole life. I haven't joined any parties. I haven't voted. I haven't done any of that shit because it's a fraud. The whole thing's a fraud. I don't believe any of it. Okay. So I think that's important, is to understand that it's not that the Republicans are right and the Democrats are wrong. The Republicans are just as ignorant as the Democrats. It's just the Democrats are fucking nuts. Okay, they're off their fucking lord. Their elevator has failed to reach the top floor. Okay, they're gone. They're toast. They're unconscious. They're not coming back. They're NPCs. Okay, they're dangerous because of that. And I got a feeling that they have really pushed the wrong buttons this time. And I mean, I'm sorry, but these Republicans over here they're nice people until you push them, and then they're not going to be so nice. And that's where we're at. Now, also, let's also, kind of look at, and I know a lot of you out there are going, it's an inside job. It's a false flag. It's a conspiracy. It's, it's a setup. It's a psyop. And I'm not going to disagree with you. I am looking just as hard at that as I am the rest of it. Is it possible that it's a psyop, that it's a false flag? Yes. Is it a false flag, a psyop? I don't know. I have seen just as much that points to it being a real event as I have that it is a psyop. It could be a combination of the two. I do not know at this point. But I think what is important is that this gentleman was trying to, whether he was right or wrong about his views, he was trying to give us all a platform in order to talk about our views in an open and safe environment where we could discuss, back and forth, debate, get mad, yell, scream, holler, shake hands, agree, disagree. And for that, my hat is tipped to him, because that's a really good thing. Now, was he a perfect person? I'm sure he wasn't. I'm sure he had his flaws. And that's okay. We're all fucked up. All of you. Everybody here watching this show, me, everybody, all of us, we're all fucked up in some way, shape, or form. You know it, I know it, and that's okay. We're human. and we got our problems. But I'm glad that I got a chance to see what the work he was doing. I'm not I wouldn't call myself a supporter, but I do support people that are trying to at least have an open discussion. I am all for that. I totally agree with that. And I thought that was really cool. The whole Christianity thing that he was into, I'm all past that. I'm so far past that. So that tells me just right there that he's locked into a paradigm that is old and is no longer needed. But that's okay. That's where he was. And I think he was kind of waking up. I mean, I saw a debate where he was being 9/11 truth bombed. And he was definitely not awake to 9/11. But that's where we're at. He is awake about other things. So I'd like to commend him for his work. And I'd like to thank you for just hearing me out. And do your own research and don't believe everything you see. I watched a 2-hour raw feed yesterday of the event from before it happened all the way after it was done, and it was very enlightening. I highly suggest this. Just search raw feed on YouTube of the Charlie Kirk shooting, and there's a I think it's an hour and a half or 2 hours, something like that. It's a raw feed where a guy was filming. He was up top, but above, and then he went down below after he was shot. But it's very enlightening to see what it gives you a whole different perspective of what was going on there. But be diligent in your research, because there's a lot of weird shit going on. There's a lot of looks at his security. And I do admit that stuff does look weird, but and it could be a real event, could not be a real event. But look, either way, if it's a real event or if it's a psyop, this is the card we're dealt. And we have to deal with that. There is going to be repercussions for this. This is not a one-off. This is not a one and done. This is not over. This shit is going to it. You got to understand, people are still in the mourning phase, and the fella's not even in bed yet. So, give him a little bit of time. Give it a little bit of time, and you're going to see that there's going to be a little bit of extra something going on in this world. And just do your due diligence. Don't believe everything you see. And remember that AI is very usable. And I thank you for listening. So anyways, I think that's about all I have to say for now. Sometimes, we just kind of got to, see this kind of stuff. And we've seen this stuff before. You guys aren't new to these things. Another thing, and I don't know, and I meant to look into this, but I didn't get a chance. But I did notice that there was a protest. Hippie, I see there was a protest in London, I believe, where the press was saying there was 100,000 people, and it was more like 1 million people. And I don't really remember what they were protesting, but good for them. When you see the people stand up, duck and cover, because that's a big deal. And because I don't think y'all realize how fast a government can be overrun. They think they're so big and powerful, but in reality, they're really easy to conquer. It's the whole ant, when one ant stands up thing. But when you got a million ants to stand up, it's a big deal. Freedom protest, 3 million, 3 million. Wow, that's really really cool. I wish we could get people to stand up here. The problem is here that they always turn in. It always starts off into, it turns into some kind of crazy bullshit. Usually it'll turn into some kind of racist thing or some bullshit. Or it's contrived, like Antifa. It just just stupid stuff. It just, I don't know. It's not organic. It's always false flag kind of stuff. It's just bullshit. So we don't have real protest over here. But one day maybe we will. A lot of people asleep. Still. So, all right. I think that's enough rambling. I don't know if that means anything or if it helped any of you understand anything or if it was worth even mentioning, but I wanted to voice my opinion. And I hope that the future looks brighter, and you know, just appreciate the folks they're up there on the front lines doing this. I mean, I've had 2 death threats doing this. So I'm not, somebody that's not been on the front lines and seen this kind of thing, come at me. So I understand it. It's a dangerous thing to get up and speak your truth, because people don't want that. I mean, so I'm just gonna keep doing it. They can do whatever the hell they want to me. It doesn't matter as long as I've lived this life and spoke my truth. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. That's the only thing that's really important. Because I mean, what are you going to do? Sit there your whole life and not get up and speak your truth? I mean, what good does that do? I don't see how that does any good for us. But let me get my images open, and we will be ready to go. Okay, y'all ready to go, Mud? I think we're gonna do it. And I hope you guys are doing well. And we'll get into this. Let me remove that. And let me remember how to do it. Nope. I gotta remember how to do it. Nope. I swear they got these damn icons and I don't know what none of them mean. Haven't done this in a while and it screws me up. Okay, share screen. Oh, window, that one. Okay, and I'm gonna change it. And that should do it. Okay, I think we're ready to rock and roll. Am I in the left? Yeah, okay. We're ready now. All righty. So we're going to start off with the Chamber of Commerce and Society for Savings Buildings in Cleveland, Ohio. And I believe this is down on Public Square, if I'm not mistaken. I'm drawn right here. These are coal hole covers right here on the ground. These little round bits, and I believe, yes, these are coal hole covers with pavement light. And there's another one there and another one there. And there's some more pavement light right here. And pavement light is glass sidewalks that allowed light into the basement. That is a hitching post. And we've got some eagles over here representing the phoenix on a stone ball finial. I believe the fire hydrants are old world. Got Fred over here, and Fred is the horse that built America. And you all are on Donkey Watch right now. So if you see a donkey, there'll be a prize, I'm sure. We'll come up with some sort of prize. I'm sure that'll be something that we can find. Always looking for a donkey. And there's a flat earth asterisk. This is my opinion. Opinions like tell holes. Flat earth asterisk being, this is also called a Roman lattice in architectural terms. This is a representation of the flat earth. The vertical line represents north and south magnetic poles, and the X represents the torus field that surrounds our flat earth. And yes, I do believe it is a flat earth. And what else we got? We got pretty awnings, beautiful awnings. I love a good awning. Who doesn't like a good awning? Look, that's a double awning. Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, that's like, I mean, you got regular rectangle, triangular awning with a rounded awning. I mean, that's just pretty, just beautiful. Look at that up on the arch, that flower work. That's interesting. Like that's kind of reminds me of a winged disc right there. If you see right here, the wings. I mean, it's a winged disc. Let's just say it's a winged disc. It is a winged disc. Why am I saying it's kind of like winged disc? It is what it is. You got old ether lights. I love these. I freaking love. I'd love to have some of these. And it's got little eagles representing the phoenix on top. And these would have been copper. They were always copper. And what else? And kind of looks like, yeah, there's a little Mudflood window back there. Got a little I-888 right here on this building, on the date, the building next door to the building we're looking at here. We'll go up and look at this sucker real quick. Big arched windows. It's got a Moorish look to it when you see these turrets there. That's a Moorish design. And the Moors were in America when we got here. They did not discover America. They knew it was here. They had maps to it. And the Moors were already here. The black people were here, y'all. They were in America. I think that the last show, in the chats, some of y'all were questioning if that was what I was saying. Yes, absolutely, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the black folk was here. And the whole slave trade was a cover up for what they were doing. It was look up Dane Calloway and just look into his work. I can't even, like, I'm gonna just tip my hat to Dane Calloway because he just has done so deep of research. Now, Dane Calloway is great up until a point. He gets to where we are and he stops. He doesn't go where we are, which is okay. But he focuses on what he focuses on. He focuses on the slaves in America, black people in America, free men of America, and freed men. Make that clear, freed men. And what they did was they put them under indentured servitude contracts, and they would work their contract. And once their contract was up, they were free. They were freed men. And they went on to buy land and build businesses. And they were the ones that, went on to start the Black Wall Streets. If you haven't looked into Black Wall Streets, look up Black Wall Streets. It's not one Black Wall Street. There's multiple Black Wall Streets. And they have a very rich history, and they were taken away. They were destroyed. They got rid of them. But they were very profitable areas. And they destroyed it. The Jim Crows and the jackasses like that. Okay. I'm just looking at this got the caduceus, looks like wings, looks like a Phrygian hat, maybe. It's hard to tell, but that's what it looks like. 1880 or 1898. Excuse me, I've been sniffing paint all day. My nose is stopped up. Pretty sure I had paint in my hair. It was all on my hair. Man, look at that window, man. Jeez. Scrubbed cartouche, laurel leaf of control. That is really cool. Can you imagine the craftsmanship that had to go into that? Unscrubbed cartouche here. I can't tell make out what the symbolism is. No idea. It's really cool though. Oh, I love how the awnings are, up and down. Oh man, that really sets off the building. I mean, don't you see how those awnings really make that building pop out? It really sets it off. It's like a beautiful woman with beautiful lingerie on. That's what an awning is. Beautiful lingerie on a beautiful woman. I love a good awning. Who doesn't love a good awning? They look great. This building is incredible. Look at a little niche up there. Right over there. Look at these little etheric lights right here. Got unscrubbed cartouche here, caduceus, and the weights of justice. Cornucopia. That's interesting. It's what's this one do? Oh no. These are just scrubbed here. Weird. Kind of looks green manny. Haha, what do you think about that? Welcome New Rest Reset and Kathy. How you doing? And we got Chamber of Commerce. I don't know if Haha's still here. He graces us with his presence every now and then. Hello, ladies. She's got a little. Oh, these guys are exact matches. That's cool. Look at the symmetry of that. There's 4 sets of 2. How about that? Wow. Very cool. Venetian shell. I think that's just like a scratch on the glass plate negative. No big deal. And I got an etheric antenna on top there. Oh, this is the same building, but it's also showing the building next door. So it says the Chamber of Commerce and Society for Savings building. So the Society for Savings building is the one on the left, and that is a Moorish style building. And building something over here on the left. This is a church back here. This is, I know, still there, and this building is still there, I believe. And I think this Chamber of Commerce building is gone now, but I'm not positive. My boss was just in Cleveland this past yesterday, and I was talking to him. I said, "Go down to Public Square, get me some video." He's like, "What's that?" I said, "Just drive until you see an obelisk." He said, "What's that?" I said, "Good Lord, man." He's so asleep. Gotta learn that boy someday. I don't know what they're building here. They're working on the steeple, I guess. That's what it is. Some stained glassage. Got stone balls there. Another possible green man. Haha, I'll tell you if it's a green man in a heartbeat, but he's being antisocial right now. I don't know where he went. He must have found somebody else better to hang out with. That's all right. We'll talk shit about him. It's open season on haha. Look at the whatever the heck they got going on here. That's like ironwork there, y'all. That's weird. I don't know what that is. Oh, look, it's a light. Look at that. I don't know. It's a lamp post on the side of the building. Old Etheric light. How cool is that? Some kind of critter there. I'm not sure. It might be a lion. Looks kind of lion-y. Ooh, awnings. Ooh, those are like a triple awning. Ooh, that's a threesome of an awning. That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, I think I sniffed some paint today. I painted a whole building with a 3-inch brush. Ooh. Got a ether antenna right there. More awnings. This is what gives it the Moorish look right here. These turrets. And here's that building we're looking at before. And again, what's nice about looking at the same building in a different picture is you get to see different things will be in focus. So it's worth looking at a different picture, even though it's the same building. I guess is my point. So don't be like, oh, we already seen that one. Because we're still going to look at it. How'd you like that imitation? Look at these little pieces right here. That's kind of weird. I wonder what that represents. I got word this week we're getting water buffalo for the farm. Now, what the hell am I going to do with water buffalo, y'all? Of all things. What do you do with a water buffalo? I don't know. I don't know what you do with them. I'm going to have to figure it out, I guess. Boater hat. Of course, the flat earth asterisks. Here is an elevator. It goes below ground, and this mechanism right here is what is the pulley system for it. It's probably motorized too. So that means that this is all underground here. This is an areaway. Under here is what that's called. And there's a pavement light there. And that reminds me of looks like Paul Cook has decided to go full-time YouTube again. So make sure you go subscribe to Paul Cook. He's gonna be doing a lot of YouTube now. So go show Paul Cook some love. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. New York's business district from Woodbridge Building. And I know this says I have it labeled Building 7. Ignore that. It's the 7th picture that I found in this series, so just ignore that. I saw that when I put it in the folder here. I thought, no. Can't be giving that out. Oh, and by the way, go research Building 7 if you don't know what that is. So let's go ahead and drop that out. Oh, and in case you didn't know, 9/11 was an inside job. In case you didn't know that. Hate to bust your bubble if you didn't know that. And if you think you know what happened on 9/11, you don't. If you don't know what happened on 9/11, well, you need to. Look at that etheric antenna right there. That's some wild stuff. Portholes right there. Portholes are part of the wind catcher. It's a weird building right there. This one right here, the Sheldon building, that's a strange looking building. Something's odd about that. I don't know. Etheric antenna. Ether fencing up here. Wind catchers. That's weird looking right there. What that? Some kind of. It's probably piping. They had to do very strange things to get the plumbing and electrical and all that stuff in these buildings. That's why you see the drop ceilings. That's why they came up with that, was a way to put the HVACs in. Because then, they at some point the wind catchers weren't, they didn't work anymore, or they messed them up or something. But they couldn't use the wind catchers, and so they had to have fresh air in the buildings, because without fresh air, it's no good. No bueno. That's interesting, that decorations right there that are how they're held on. Excuse me. It's been a long day, y'all. Look at all the wind catchers up here. All the portholes. Etheric antenna right there. Ether fencing right there. Wind catchers. That flag doesn't look real. It's kind of strange looking. Ether finial, ether antenna. All right. We got Newton, New Jersey. And of course, we got Fred. Fred's always on the job. Fred's the horse build America. In case you're unaware and uninformed. Oh, now haha shows up. We were showing Green Man. You were out taking a daggone whiz. I mean, what's going on here? Haha, you need to tighten up there, buddy. Over here trying to get a Green Man confirmation. You out taking a whiz. Unbelievable. Had to go talk to a man about a horse. We're over here trying to talk about Green Men. Unbelievable. Sig Sauer, how you doing? Welcome. And I encourage you all to go back and listen to the first of this live stream. And I rambled on for a little while about my views about the recent events in America. And if you want my opinion on that, I gave my little bit of 2 cents and what I have right this minute. For what it's worth, I don't have a lot to offer, but that's what I have to offer. So I gave you what I got. So check that out. Got his little bowler hat on. Got some funky little windows under grade here. Going to build. I mean, this just doesn't make sense at all to me. Why? Like, okay, I'm looking around this town, right? And I'm like, I need to build this big ass building somewhere. Oh, I know. We'll build it on a hill to where we have to build these stupid steps over here on the side of the hill. Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's build this make it really hard. Let's make our job site just as absolutely difficult as we possibly can. Well, why are we going to do that? Well, because we're idiots. That's why. And then they built it like that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. There's Fred Booty, in case you're a Fred Booty watcher. There's a little doggy. Who doesn't love a doggy? And I don't know where my doggy. I think he's taking a nap. He's had a hard day guard dogging. He's tired out. I'm sure he'll be hooting and hollering somebody. There's a Mudflood drop in. Nice little go down the stairs and see what's going on down there and there. I think, while I'm at it, I think speakeasies are a cover up. I think the whole prohibition thing was bullshit, and they needed a way to justify some of these underground features. And so they came up with the idea of the speakeasies. And we'll ban alcohol, really piss them off, and then that'll increase, alcohol sales, and then everybody will become drunks because everybody's wanting to get something they can't have. I mean, it's brilliant on their part. They really, really did a number on us. But somebody's fingerprint there, it looks like, maybe. I don't know. Arched windows. That's really cool right there. And look at that. That don't even look right at all. Something that is modified. I don't care what you say. Not sure what's going on there. That's kind of weird. That symbol's always just been strange to me, the RX symbol. I don't know why. I had no particular reason. There's Fred back over there in the corner hanging out, waiting for somebody to do something that's important that he needs to get over here and build. And we got North Atlantic Squadron in Pensacola Harbor. And so we got some big old tuggy boats with guns. And look at that tall ship back there. Man, I bet that was a cool thing to see. It's a tall ship. Look at the detail on the front of that. Interesting gunships here. If you've ever seen the innards of one of these things, it's a sight to see. There here in North Carolina, we have the USS Battleship North Carolina, and I've been on it many times, and there is I've been up in the guns, the big guns, and inside you can go inside, and that's a contraption. I don't know how in the hell somebody, number one, figured out how to build that. Number two, how they built that. Number three, how they used it. Like how they figured out how to use it. I don't know. If you ever have a chance to see one of these big turret guns on these battleships, that's a sight to see because I don't know how they built them. They're a complicated thing. They're not simple. They I don't know what, I can't even describe them on the inside. They're like nothing you've ever seen before. The tall ships back there. All right. And we got a non-vanilla sky. We got North Street from the park, Pittsfield, Massachusetts. All right. So it is what it is. And we got Fred, of course, here on the job. He's changed colors. He does that, It's his thing. Keep showing your toes. There's another Fred. Still looking for a donkey. We're all on donkey watch. Y'all keep your eyes out for donkeys. See these right here, these contraptions right here, these arc lights. That they look weird like this because they were designed so that they could pull these cables and stuff and drop the light down and change the bulbs. These arc lights didn't last very long, so they had to change the bulbs regularly. And there was a dude that his job was to go around changing the bulbs. There's another Fred. Fred just doing his thing. He multiplies. He's like Clone of Fred. There's Fred's everywhere. Fred's girlfriends, Fred's cousins, Fred's uncles, Fred's baby mamas. I mean, everything. Fred's just all over the place. Ooh, an awning. I love an awning. Who doesn't love an awning? I mean, whoever's in the awning business they really racked up. They made good money. 10,000 men's, boys, furnishings, hats. All right. Kind of looks like pavement light there, but I'm not sure. Hard to tell. There's an outcropping door, maybe? I don't know. That's kind of weird looking. Hard to tell. There's arc light right there. Arches. It's hard to tell. Those might be grates. That looks more like a grate, but it could be pavement light too. Hard to tell. It's very possible. That's pavement light. It's just hard to tell. That's a trap door that opens, a double trap door. There's coal hole covers there. And there's Balsa Man right there. He's selling some weed right there, this dude. In case you need some weed. Don't lie. I know some of you dudes over there smoking some weed. Don't lie. Tell the truth. Truth will set you free. First is gonna piss you off. Hate to tell you. That's okay. You'll get over it, you whiny bastards. Let's see. Got some scratching here on the grass plate negative. Got a ether finial right here. I know you like those. Get that free energy going. Who doesn't like free energy? Raise your hand if you like free energy. I like free energy. So good. Raise your hand if you like paying for free energy. Wait, what? Yes. I said you pay for free energy. Did you know that? Did y'all know that they collect the etheric energy and still charge you for it? They get it free and then charge you for it. And you call it the power company. I do it too. Don't feel bad. Motherfuckers. And we got etheric finial there. Ether antenna going up here. What else we got? Ether finial there, and there. And there. Smokestack, probably for a steam plant. Maybe. Possibly. Could be. Got a clock. Clocks are expensive, but we don't have any. The 4 looks, man, hard to tell. Why is it the 4 is always so hard to tell? Have y'all noticed that? Okay, I can read the 1, the 2, the 3. I can't read the 5. I know that's the 6. I can't read the 7. Can't read the 8 too good. I know that's the 9. 10 I can read. 11 I can't really read, and we know that's the 12. But it just seems to me like the 4s are a lot of times, this is a wind catcher, by the way. A lot of times hard to see. There's an ether finial, in case you need that. Get that free energy going. There's a wind catcher right there and there. Ether finial. What else we got? Porthole. Another porthole. I'm all over the place here. We're hanging out our whitey tighties, it looks like. Let's see. Dog toothing, arch windows, mansard roof, ether antenna. There's another one. There's another one. Ether fencing and finials. Ether finial. Wind catcher. Look at that big house back there. Good gracious. That thing's a monster. Jeez. That's a big house. I wonder whose house that is. My goodness. And we have a mountain that's not a melted building. I've come to conclusion, y'all, that hey Annie, how you doing, Miss Orphan Annie? I've come to conclusion, y'all, that the meltologists are the liberals of the old world research community. They are the equivalent of the libtards of the research community. Yep, that's about sums it up. And we got North Street from the park, Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Is that the same? Yeah, it's the same. Okay, this building here on the right hand side of the screen is this building on the left hand side of the screen. So they're just panning the camera. That way you can keep up with what we're doing. We got lady in uniform. She's wearing a bulletproof vest. She's gonna get her ass shot. She's gangster right there. That's gangster boss woman there. Looks possibly a coal hole cover with pavement light. Maybe. I don't know. Hard to see though. Got Fred right there doing his thing, delivering something. Got Ivy all over this. Got the 3 doors, the 1 big door and the 2 smaller doors. We know that's a thing. If you know, you know. And y'all know. I'm preaching to the choir. Preach to the choir, son. Preach. Ethopenial. And we got ethopenial up here. In case you need ethopenial, do your ethopenialing. And got etheric antenna right there. Got a weird looking clock. Can't tell what the 4 is though. I don't know. Y'all judge. This is what I'm saying. It's like some of these 4s are really hard to read. I don't know. Strange looking. Little Mudflood winter there. And another one over there in case you need that. I mean, who don't need a Mudflood winter? I need a Mudflood winter. I might just build a Mudflood winter just to have my own personal little Mudflood winter. What you doing, Miss Annie? You hanging out? You being good? Let's see. We got ethopenial back here. This looks like one of those. We got a lot of buildings like this around our area, and they called them cotton mills. I don't know. It might be a cotton mill. I don't know. A lot of cotton mills. Ethopenial right there. Where's that big ass house we just saw? I don't see it now. I don't know. Must be stealth. Ethopenial. That's an ether antenna. Another ethopenial wind catcher right there. Somebody scrubbed out some numbers they've written on there. This was a pretty popular fad, is writing on the windows. Not sure why. I thought that said Sharia law for a second. Ooh, it's been a long day. North Terminal Station, Boston. And I see Fred over here doing his thing. And that's a cobblestone brick road. Let's make sure it's not melted. Checking for meltage. Looking for meltage. And no, I'm sorry. It just checks out as a normal cobblestone brick road. Sorry, Meltologist. Or should I say libtards? The Meltologists are the Democrats of the old world research community. Yeah. They're like the transgender libtard retards of the old world research community. Yeah. That's about sums it up. Yep. Okay. And we got trolleys everywhere. Trolleys. Need trolleys? Got trolleys. No problem. Got you covered on trolleys. Got you covered on Freds. Still looking for a donkey. Got old big carriage there. Big arches. Great big old arches. In case you need those. Arc lights. And see these rungs right here? That's how they would climb up there to change out that arc light. Ladies in uniform, girlies in uniform. This is standard issue uniform. You see that? The black and white, black and white, black and white. Standard issue uniform. Boater hats, very popular. Weird history. Look at all these hitching posts for tying up horses. There's Fred making a delivery. That's how Fred brought in all these bricks. Just like that. There's no magic to it, y'all. I thought that was a donkey, but it was a horse. Sorry. One can dream. And we got another Fred right here. Why'd I name him Fred? I have no idea. None. Zero, zilch, nada. I can't really see what that symbol is. Interesting, though. Clocks are expensive. I could, it's not a very easy one to see, but I could make a case of that being a flat earth asterisk right there. If it was clearer, I could make a pretty good case, but I won't put you through that. I think these represent the Taurus field. At their finials and at their fencing and finials and antenna. We got Old Chain Bridge, Newburyport, Mass. First suspension bridge in America. And I believe I got 2 pictures of this. Because why not? You know, it is what it is. I just thought it was kind of weird. And these are chains right here, big link chains, which is something different. Excuse me. I'm wore out, y'all. Been a long day. Big chains. And, you know, that doesn't look to me very old worldy. That doesn't have the old world feel to me. I'm not feeling it. The whole thing, the whole design, the whole structure, the whole construction, the materials, the aesthetics, I'm not feeling that as an old world structure. I could be wrong. Yep, second picture. Let it lock in. There it goes. I mean, these stones look very very simply set. They're not, I don't know. I was thinking, you know, when I first glanced at throw it in the folder for this show, I was thinking the bottom was old world and the top was something we did, but I'm starting to think that maybe it was torn down and they rebuilt it or something. It just doesn't, I don't know, it's just I'm not feeling it. It's not got the craftsmanship of the old world. It's got our signature. And you know what that is. Okay, this is better. Place, Vigor Hotel and Station, Montreal. So I don't know if Frankie's still here, but if he's not, then he'll miss out. And there's Fred. And all this was brought in on little old Fred right here. That's how it was, you know, doing. And this is always interesting to me how they have the new trees. They're working really, really hard to get them to grow. You got Mudflood winders. big arches. Coin. Got the Moorish look here. Etherpinials. Etherpinial. 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 Very pointy etherpinial. Another Fred or two. I don't see any donkeys though. Looking for donkeys. I will find a donkey. You watch. Old glass insulators there. We got Poland Springs, Maine. And this one is definitely 100% photo manipulated, in case you hadn't figured it out yet. You look back here in the back, and they have painted the background right here all the way around the image. This is a 100% confirm of a Vanilla Sky image in the process of being Vanilla Skied. This is Vanilla Sky. Chemical process of film is not Vanilla Sky. This is Vanilla Sky. When Douglas of UAP channel coined the phrase Vanilla Sky, this is what Douglas of UAP channel was talking about. This is Vanilla Sky. This is not a chemical process. If you think this is a chemical process, you are on a chemical process because you're fucking high. This is Vanilla Sky. And I've proved it again and again and again and again and again and again and again. Etherphenyl. And we got to cut off the etherphenyl here. We didn't need that. They cut it off here too. Looks like. I bet it had one. Don't you think? Maybe. Ooh, look at that awning right there. Ooh, I love a good awning. Who doesn't love a good awning? Flat Earth asterisks right there. In case you need that. There's some more in case you need them. This will be the wind catcher right here, here, and here. A ladder up here. Alrighty. This, I think it's the same place. Yeah, Poland Springs, Maine, and this is another photo manipulated image. Looks like it's taken from the top of the building. Can you see the photo manipulation in this image? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? I'll give you a minute. It'll come to you. Anybody see it? Y'all awake out there? Hello, wake up. Good morning. Time to party. Get your mud boots dirty. Come on. Where you at? Hello. Chop, chop. What do you see? What's missing there? Anything? Can you see it? My point to this is that when you see these images, okay, they would have been done in print and they would have been a much lower resolution. So you actually are seeing a better resolution than they would have been presented to the people that were being shown the pictures. So when we look at the high resolution digital scans of the original glass plate negatives, which are very, very high resolution, you get to see the hanky panky. You get to see behind the veil, so to speak, as to how they did this, which is pretty cool. And what we got here is there is a ether antenna right here on the image, and the top of the ball is right here, your mercury ball, and it goes down here, and then they've painted across the top to get the vanilla sky, and then they've marked out the antenna right here. Okay. And there's another wire that's right here that they've marked out. And I don't know if you can even really see that very well, but it was right here, and so that's photo manipulation. There you go. That's how it's done. And over here we got little Mudflood winners here, and here. In case you need them. Hello, Beagle. What you doing? Did you have a nap? Huh? You dream about girl beagles? Tell the truth. I'm on to you, son. It's coming up on somebody's big 2.0 birthday next month. Have a big party. Gonna have a big party, ain't we, baby? Yeah, big party. That's right. You all are invited to the birthday party. We'll have cake, and what do you want for your birthday? Big birthday present, big 2.0 birthday? Yeah, big 2.0. Yeah, gonna be a real guard dog by then. He's just still a puppy. Yeah, you just a puppy. You just a pup. He gonna be a full-fledged guard dog. What you think? Oh, he wants to go patrol, so we better go patrol here. So let's take a break. And I could use a break myself. Rest my eyes for a second, and then we will get back into it. I feel like I still have paint all over me. Been painting today. So we will be back shortly, and I'm going to go take little one here, over here, someone over here, this one, that one. We're going to take him for a little patrol, go catch us a pit bull or two, have a little snack, and then we'll be right back. So enjoy this little Louisiana. This is from the Louisiana World's Fair, I believe is what this is. So enjoy that, and I'll be back. Okay, we're back. Comms check. Comms check. Ha ha. Can you hear the shrill sound of my beautiful voice saying hello? Ha ha. How are you? Yes, of course you can hear me. I transcend the microphone. Okay, well, we got a 42 pit boo count out there, so we're ready to rock and roll again. Yes. And somebody had a biscuit. There may or may not have been a cookie involved in my belly, but we will not know for sure. This is the South End and Northbound Dog, and we're gonna get back into it. Okay, let's see. Let me share the screen. Give me a minute. Bear with me and make sure that we are set properly. And I believe we are. And that should be good. Okay, so that's where we were. And okay. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I got something's not bear with me. Something's, I don't know, it froze the image for some reason. I don't know. Bear with me. I got to find out where I was. Okay, here we go. And I don't know what this thing is doing. Bear with me. It is not agreeing with me. I don't know. I don't know why it's not opening. No. I'm sorry, folks. I don't know what the hell's wrong with this thing. Computers. Go figure. What in the world? Sorry, folks. I don't know what the hell's going on. I think StreamYard's got something to do with this stupid thing not working right. I can't get damn pictures to open. Oh, God. Hold on. It's damn StreamYard. I know it is. Ever since they changed it to where they took away all the goodies, it's been a piece of shit. So if StreamYard, if you're out there, I'm calling your service a piece of shit. It's crap. I don't know what you've done to it. Oh my God, this is so annoying. I literally cannot open the fucking pictures. All right, I don't know. I don't know what to do. That might have done it, maybe. No. I'm sorry, folks. I don't know what the hell's wrong with this thing. I don't know. I think it's StreamYard. I don't know what to do. It's literally locked. It's literally just frozen. Like it's not opening. I don't know what to do. All right, I don't know. I give up. I don't know what to fucking do. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm completely fucking lost here. Fucking StreamYard, man. I've got to find another service. They ain't worth a fuck. God. That is so annoying. I don't know. Let me see if I don't think that did anything. This is so bullshit. God almighty. What the computer is working. It's just not, there's something with StreamYard. And I don't know what it is. Oh man, I'm sorry, folks. I don't know. God damn. I tried Task Manager, Hippie. It's not even, that's not doing it. There's something else that's oh my God, this is I'm sorry, folks. This is just so stupid. Let me try. Let's just. Oh my God, that's got me so frazzled. Let's just do something different. I'm gonna make sure we're. Oh my God, I'm hitting wrong buttons everywhere. Okay, we're just gonna Google Drop. I don't know what else to do. This whole day's been like this, y'all. All right, I'm gonna just I'm just gonna drop it somewhere and see where we're at. In Enfield, New Hampshire. Let's go see what we can find. Mudflood winter there. It's like an oldie. Oh man, that is frustrating. Mudflood winters there. That's an old church. That's interesting little business they got going there. Ah. Whoa, where did I go? Holy crap. What the? Whoa, where'd that church go? Well, that was weird. Oh, look at that. They got a cross in the chimney there. Mudflood winters. It's interesting. I wonder if let me get out and see if we can find a town portion to this. Maybe here? It's kind of a hilly little area here. That's pretty cool. GAR. Kind of Mudflood winter looking things there. You gonna help out Beagle? Beagle wants to help. I don't understand why people do this. They'll do this striping of their lawn, and it is so like really, what's the point? It's so much extra work for what? It's already bad enough to mow lawn, and you're going to add on to that and make it harder. It's just pointless. Just so somebody can look at your lawn and look, oh, look, he striped his lawn. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Isn't he fancy? Yeah, kind of weird. All right. I'm not seeing much of a town here. Let's see if there's anything nearby. That looks like something right there. Looks kind of modern though. We do no modern. We old school. It looks modern too. Let's see. Are there any cities here? What in the world? Vermont. Rhode Island. I bet there's some stuff in there. What that is. Whoa. What in the world? That looks old. Back there. Almost looks like an asylum. Don't know. Let's see. That looks old. Come on, show us some good stuff. Inquiring minds want to see good stuff. That's the problem, not knowing where you're at. You don't know where to go. We're just lost here. Oh, there's an old steam plant, looks like. Looks like they might be getting ready to demo it. Maybe. I don't know. Diamond symbology. There's some old stuff right there. I wonder what this stuff was. Like, it looks like it's part of... Wait, am I back the same place I was? Mudflood winter's there. Ah. Locked up on me there. What I was interested in was this copper top here. It's not going to show it to me though. Well, let's see if we can find more. Ah, you let my man down. Oh, what in the world? Ain't gonna let me down there at all. Dang. Oh, it's a Navy. It's a Navy thing. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. They don't want you seeing down there. Whatever that is, it looks interesting. And they're not going to let me see it. See, that's wrong. Not putting up with that. Okay, let's go. Where else? Where can we go here? Manchester. That sounds cool. The world. Good grief. Big old arena. Ooh, here we go. I see red brick everywhere. Oh, let's get down in the meat and taters of it. Let's try that right there. Go on, get down there. Let him go now. I ain't got time for that. Oh boy, here we go. Ah, you sorry sack of Siberia snake shit. You let me get down there and look at them Mudflood vendors. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Ooh, pretty. Mudflood vendors. There's a trap door. Ooh, we found some good stuff here. Looks like they took something off right there. What you think, Bagel? Yeah, I know. Mudflood winters. You love Mudflood winter, don't you, baby? I know. Old stone right there. Old Mudflood winters there. Yeah, we gonna find something here, ain't we, baby? Whoa. What in the world? Went too far. Mudflood winters there. Going into the ground, because that makes sense. When I build windows, I build them right into the ground. Okay. Do. Ah, boy, this sucker's really going today. Flying down the road. There's some brutalist facading right there. You can tell that they are covering something there. It's arches. Dog toothing. A lot of potential here. Let's get back in. Who doesn't like to go down a dark alley? This is what Streets Tartaria does. He gets down them dark alleys and finds out what's going on back there. Something going on there. Do not enter. I'm going to do it anyways. Portholes, arch doors. There's a little Mudflood window right there, been bricked in. I can't get my thing out of the way. And there's another one right there. And there's another one and another one. And there's a lintel right there. Looks like maybe. Look at them little Mudflood winters. Aren't they cute? There's some more right there in case you need little Mudflood winters. Portholes. Arch winters. That's what's cool about going down the alleys is that they didn't hide a lot of stuff in the alleys because they didn't think they needed to. They didn't count on us. Crazy people. Hello, young lady. What are you doing? Well, I mean, seriously. Just hanging out in the back alley for some reason. Waiting on Mr. Right there, are we? Okay. Ah, it's cold. Not let me go forward, is it? Ah, okay. Now you are. Catch up. Okay. You got a. Looks like. Well, I don't know. Maybe. Wait a minute. Looks like a possible mudflood drop in right there. There's a window right there. Mudflood window. You should need that. And just for giggles. Well, there's another mudflood window there. That's weird. It won't bring me. Oh, there goes 2018. And there's some mudflood windows there. This was what I was going to look at. Okay. Sorry, I'm playing. Yeah. Okay. I think that's dead end there. We don't want to go dead end. We want to go forward. Which way should we go? Stop at the pub. Get us a little pint. Oh. Mudflood winter there. Another one there. I love these back alleys. Little mudflood winter there, and there's another one. You always find the craziest stuff back on the back alleys. I see some stuff coming up. Possible mudflood winter there. There's a mudflood winter. That's kind of weird. There's some mudflood winters. There's some mudflood winters. Nice little mudflood winters there. Got some mudflood winters on the front here. In case you need some of those. Look how they've utilized them for the fire services there. Wow, looks like it's been modernized a little bit. All right, where am I? Got our gay pride flags up. And you know the point I should have made earlier is you know if there if you want to you know play for both teams or play for the same team, there's nothing wrong with that. That's your business. It ain't. I don't think it's anybody's business where you stick your parts. You know, that's your business. You like what you like. That's your business. You got to deal with, you know, that. There's a flat Earth asterisk. That's you know, who cares? It's not my. I'm not here to judge you. I don't do whatever you want. It's a free world for you know. I'm just you know just to be clear, I think that's important for people to understand is that you know you can make up your own damn mind about what you want to do with your you know who you like and who you love and all that stuff. It don't matter to me. But that being said, if you try to force it on me, fuck you. You're not gonna force it on me. I'm gonna if I see you as I got a oh gosh, I wish I could remember it. I got a community warning from X yesterday for repeating what the person said. They called themselves something. I forgot what the hell they said, but it was like I was just repeating what they said, and they gave me a community warning for repeating what they said. I'm like, are you serious? Like, my God, like that's crazy. They're okay calling themselves something, and then I repeat what they said, and they give me a community warning for repeating. That's crazy to me. Like, fuck you. Fuck the fuck out of you. Just you're either, I'm sorry. If you can't tell what bathroom to go to, then that's your problem. Shit your pants. I don't care. You know where you need to go to the bathroom, go there. If you don't like the bathroom provided, shit your pants. Not my problem. Just saying. Don't make it my problem that you need, special treatment. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't want to, I don't want to be in the bathroom with, somebody that doesn't know what sex they are. I mean, that's just me personally. Y'all might have it differently. Y'all might think it differently. That's okay. Everybody can think it differently, but I mean, I just don't think that these dudes wearing dresses that have beards and walking up in the girl's bathroom, and you got young girls in there. I think that's inappropriate. I don't think that's appropriate. I don't give a fuck what you think. To be honest with you, I think you take that motherfucker, grab him by the neck, throw him out. I think that's what you do. I don't think you ask his fucking permission or where the fuck he thinks he is or what he thinks he is, or I don't think you ask him a damn thing. I think you throw him out of the goddamn bathroom. That's what I think. If you want to dress as a freak, dress as a freak. Get your freak on. But don't make your psychosis other people's problem. That's not fair. That's not okay. It's not my problem. You got problems. I got my own problems. I'll deal with my problems. You deal with your problems, but don't make your problems my problems. And if you do, we got problems. Know what I'm saying? That's where you get in the fuck around and find out territory. You don't want to go there. I should have talked about that earlier. That would have been more clarifying. All right. I don't know where we are, so we're lost. So you know how this goes. Would y'all like to drop a town or city into the chat, and we'll go look? I'll take a swig of my drink. Is anywhere y'all'd like to go tonight? Sorry about the pictures, y'all. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. Let me see what's I might well, I tell you what. Let me try again. It might be working now. Not sure. This thing is acting weird. It also could be that could be the computer. They're trying to force us to go to Windows 11, and I'm a holdout. I'm a whiny little bitch when it comes to changing Windows. Welcome, Morgan. How you doing? Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Wait a minute. I got to hit the right buttons. Sorry, y'all. I've been... Okay, I think that's right. Let's make sure that we get our doodad going here. This is, I think I can go ahead and go. Okay, haha. Largos, Portugal. All right, hold on to that thought. This is Port Austin Reef. Excuse me, Port Austin Reef Lighthouse, Point Aux Baroque. What in the world? I don't even know if I said any of that right. Oh crap! What is it doing now? Now it's frozen. Oh, okay. I don't know. As soon as I go, it's working, and then as soon as I go to share it, it it it, it messes up. That makes no sense. I don't know. I have no idea. I've never seen that. I don't know what the hell. Okay. Where are you at, haha? Largos, Portugal. I'm trying to copy your thing here. We're just gonna go back to doing that because I don't know what the hell's going on. StreamYard, I swear they're fucked. I don't know what the hell's wrong with them. Ever since they switched it over where they took away all the goodies on free on the free service, it has been shit. I don't know what they've done. All right, haha, this better be good. It's on you. Let's see what we can find. This is in Portugal. I think that looks residential there. Maybe? I don't know. No. Everything looks the same. Okay. Is that? Let me look around here. I don't know. It's pretty stucco-y. This looks like a very tourist trap place. Is there a downtown to this, haha? Everything looks the same. It's all got the same roof. That makes it very difficult to figure out where you're going. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, maybe this is downtown. Let's go here. Oh boy. Okay. I've seen this so many times. Like these cities, this is so different than America. The way that they pack these things in, like it would drive me nuts. You don't know where you are. You can't see anything. Like there's no what in the world? I don't know where I am. I don't know what I'm doing here. That's a resort or something. Okay, what in the world? You're drinking quite a bit when you're here. Okay, well that's helpful. That looks like an old world church. Let's try that. Whoa. Another problem with these, oh my gosh, when you're doing this Google drop here with in these small areas like the areas that are really tight like this, it is really difficult to Google drop through here. The especially the high touristy areas, because everybody takes pictures and then they drop the little dot thingy doodad, and then it's like really, really hard to determine, like you click and it you get off and you get into a picture. It's crazy. It gets really, really difficult. You know, it's weird. This looks very it's like they stuccoed everything. You know, like they did in Russia, where you know that they covered over everything. So it's like there could be amazing stuff here, and you wouldn't know it. It's a form of brutalism. You know, that's what it looks like to me. Is that there could be some old stuff here, but they've hidden it. That's frustrating because you know there's some good stuff here. You can just look at the roads, and then it peaks out places like here. See, look at that behind that stucco. Look at that. I mean, there's definitely stuff here. That almost looks like a star fort right there. I don't know. Let me see what is that? Okay, that's like, oh, it's like a fortress wall. How about that? Ooh, look at that. That's very Star 40 looking. Oh man, it's not gonna let me drop. Oh shoot. Well, that's not fair. That looks like a part of a star fort right there. Does it not? I mean, that don't look like star fort right there. I don't know what star forts were. I don't feel I've had anybody explain what I think a star fort, like they nailed it. I don't think anybody's nailed it. There's a lot of ideas out there, but I haven't personally found anybody saying something that I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's what that is. So I don't know. It's a very got any more places you want to look? That was interesting. I think they've done a really good job of covering up stuff there. Belgium. Is that Belgium? Wait, wait, no. We don't want to go to Belgium. We want to go to Cologne, maybe. It just sounds old. That looks like a little bit of an oldie. Maybe right there. And a little bitty fellow right there. That's teeny tiny little fella. Yeah. We could build that in a day. No problem. Give me a couple Freds. A couple Mexicans. No problem. No problem, my friend. Knock it out, my friend. Easy, my friend. It'd be more like no bueno. I'm sorry, that thing right there has been beat to hell. That's older than that's old, 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 old. However old they tell you it is a lot older. A lot older. That's so weird. Like where's the stuff around it that should be there? It seems like there'd be a lot of there's some motherfucking winners. A lot of stuff around it. Paraguay. Where y'all come up with these places? That was GT, I think. Those big arches. At the finial, some bells. Okay, I don't know what the hell's going on. Like it started off amazing and it just turned to shit quick. How is that possible? Didn't I just see this? Ah, I'm gonna go down here. No, I'm not. I lied. It's not true. There's something pretty. Look at that. Gosh, it's so interesting to me. Like what am I trying to say? Flat Earth asterisks right there. Florida Lee. It's like they put a modern building on top of that. They do that a lot too, you know. Now, it's just interesting to me what you know, the timelines are so got put on a Meltology count. Now these ones here, these big stone looking ones, now those are melted balloon rocks. But the bricks around them, now they didn't get melted. No, those ones didn't get melted, but these ones here, these ones got melted. And this is straight from John Levy's mouth that these he would tell you for sure that these are melted bricks. And this building was X factored, no doubt, 100%. Oh yes, those balloon rocks. Yep, that's what those are. Yep, all those are balloon rocks right there. That's classic Meltology 101 right there. Yep. All see these ones here. These ones got balloon rocked, and in these bricks they didn't get balloon rocked. I can't even say it with a straight face anymore. It's so retarded. It's so retarded. Oh God, whatever happened to Levy? It's just ridiculous. Poor hole. There's some stuff around here, that's for sure. The old world is definitely still around. All this modern stuff. Look at that, how ugly that is. And they'll be like, oh, it's so modern. Fuck you, modern. Look at this shit. It's shit. And what is he doing to that horse? What in the world? Oh, a dragon. But yeah, I mean, like, look how crappy that is. It's definitely not the same quality. I mean, the same people. Where there it is. Look at them Mudflood winners. In case you need some. Very cool. Ooh, look at that one. Poking out there behind that tree. Having trouble getting to it. Little Mudflood winner down there. That is a green. Man, I mean, that is green. Hold on, we got to put on a female cap. That is aquamarine. Men have, what is it? We got red, blue, green, black, white, gray, brown, white. Did I say white? Yeah, that's our color scheme. Women, they got like a whole 64 colors going. Why is that? You ever wanted that? Okay. Paraguay. What the hell? Paraguay. How do you spell Paraguay? I don't even know. Hold on. Hold on. Bear with me. That was you, wasn't it, GT? He said Paraguay. Yes. Paraguay. Paraguay. All right. Argentina, Brazil, landlocked between Argentina, Brazil, and Bulgaria. All right. Paraguay. Paraguay it is. Let's make Mr. GT happy here. Go to Paraguay. Of course, this is going to be not what we're looking for. Okay, so what we need a city in Paraguay. What's the capital? Mr. Know-It-All. What's the capital of Paraguay, y'all? I don't know. I ain't never been to Paraguay. Let me see if I can type it in. Does that mean capita? Capital? Capita. Is that capital or is that I don't know if that's capital. Hey, Streets. Anybody know the capital of Paraguay? Y'all don't know no capital of Paraguay. I'll find out. Asakuni. I can't pronounce that. What the hell? Okay, we're gonna go find it. Okay. Bear with me, folks. We're going to Asakunte. Asakun. That's a word, y'all. Look. Asakun. Asukun. Wow, that's a big city. See, that's one thing that I just can't even fathom is how big the cities are in like South America and Mexico and stuff like that. Like just massive. Well, how the hell? Where's the downtown? No. Sounds right. Oh crap. Ugh. Bear with me. Let's try Capitol building. I don't know I'm good at that. What's that? What is that? That sounds interesting. We'll drop down right there. Bear with me, y'all. I'm going to the capital city of Paraguay to look at this. Not sure what it is, but these dudes got guns standing outside. What in the world? Like, what are they guarding? Ah, hello inside. Wow. Okay, cool. Well, that wasn't originally there, in case you can't tell. And neither was that. Does that look original? No, it doesn't look original. No, not at all. Unscrubbed cartouche. That doesn't look original. Unscrubbed cartouche. Ooh, pretty. Me's alike. Very nice. Very, very nice. Ooh. I have no idea how I got in here. Can I walk around here? Ooh, I can. Oh, no, I can't. What are you up to? Get to the bottom of you. Okay. Woo. Okay. Went right back outside. Okay. Oh, I had a point earlier. Never got to make it. So it's amazing to me that no matter where you go in this realm of ours, that you can find the same style of architecture. Doesn't matter the country, doesn't matter the town. It could be a little town, it could be a big town. You find the same style in some way, shape, or form at its core. And you find it all over the world. You would think that that there would be dramatic differences in the old buildings, that they would be very different from one another, because at the time it was so difficult to communicate. So how are they communicating back in these old times the same technologies around the world and replicating them over and over and over again? And then they're also different, but they're also the same. You see the same things, arches, you know, you see the same stylings, the same, there's so much sameness to it. It's not even funny. I don't know what hell happened there. But like, look at that. Just, if I was to say, where is this right here located? You could not tell. You'd say America. There's nothing in that picture right there that screams that it's any other country other than America. Yet it's not. That could be in America. There's nothing that says that couldn't be in America. Nothing. Whoa, okay. There's nothing that says that couldn't be in any country. Grates right there. Looks like. Which I just think is interesting that the styles. Yes, the decorations might be different, but they're also different here, but it's the same style, it's the same methods, the same core construction methods, the same. And you would think that people from, I guess, what am I trying to say? It's like you would think that, like, a pyramid a Mayan pyramid, okay, as opposed to a Egyptian pyramid. In the style, um, they're very different. Even though they're both pyramids, they're constructed incredibly differently. You follow? But like a downtown building in America is the same as a downtown building in, say, London or Paris or San Antonio here. I mean, it's the same. And I'm not talking about all the structures. I'm talking about the got another town, another it's just amazing that the sameness that you see all around the world. It shouldn't be the same as what I'm saying. It like you should see dramatic. What am I trying to say? Imagine one of those great big like Chinese where they pagodas, those roofs that fan out. Compare that to a building in downtown Detroit. I would expect that much difference all around the world. That everywhere you went, that you'd have that dramatic of a difference in the architecture. But we find the same style buildings in Japan that we find in Los Angeles or Tennessee or, wherever. Santa Ana, California. Santa Ana. Where is Santa Ana? I can't remember. Santa Ana. Santa Ana. That is a coastal town, right? Santa Ana. I don't remember it being high. Santa Ana. Let me try it this way. Oh. Ah. Okay, that did it. All right. Wow. Where is this? Huntington Beach, Long Beach. Huh. I don't know if I've been there or not. Seems like I've been some of these places. Laguna Beach, I've been there. I know I've been there. Oh, I'm going to Santa Ana. I'm sorry. I got sidetracked. Let's see. Santa Ana. That looks pretty building-y, doesn't it? No. So many warehouses in Los Angeles. I can't stand this area. Like, it is a horrible place. If you've ever been there, it sucks. Let's see. Okay. Oh, good. They got the 3D. That is so helpful. There's something right there, maybe. Wow. That right there should just be blown up. Yeah, just blow that up, piece of shit. It's horrible looking. Oh my. Ooh, let's get in here. Oh yeah. That's the stuff. Ooh yeah. That's neat. Oh wow. My oh my. That's some nice stuff. There's that weird shield symbol. Something was there and then when I scrubbed it off. That's a neat building, man. Gosh, oh man, could you? I don't know what this is, but I could definitely see a like high end restaurant here serving 5-star Michelin quality food up in there. Gosh, wow, that's where'd that go? Oh, I was trying to get down here and see the side of it. Wow. Man, I don't know what that place is, but that's cool. Not gonna let me get to the back of it, but Prism lights. Same company that sold the prism lights sold the pavement lights. Or companies, I should say. Oh, look at that. Phoenician shells. Wow. What'd that say? Go back. What fresh hell is this? Okay. I don't know what's going on there. If you know, you know. Eagle representing the phoenix. Phoenician shells, Tartarian lions. That's neat. See right there, that we just saw this in what was it, Paraguay? We saw that same building style, even though it was, the decoration of it was different. It was still the same core construction method. And I think that's a tell. I think that's a red flag that points to, the columns. This is something we see all around the world. There's a clock, prism lights. And anytime you see these, it's very, very, very possible that they at one time had pavement lights. That they went hand in hand. The same company that sold one sold the other. And so it is not uncommon to see them both at the same place. So this area, when I see that, it makes me suspect that the entire area has an underground. That's the kind of stuff you look for. You look for those telltale signs. Well, that's pretty. Telltale signs of what could be there. Okay. Got another city, y'all? Anyone? Anyone? How y'all doing out there? Have y'all had a good week in shops? Mannequin. I'm trying to read this. What we're talking about? Mannequins. Oh, I don't need no mannequin. Did y'all have a good week? Not the best week. Yeah, I have to say that really um that event it got me in a weird mood too. I've been in a funk all week. Just um trying to work through that, like, cause so you know how sometimes you something happens and you know it's above and beyond the norm. It's kind of like, okay, when 9/11 happened, you knew that changed. You knew the world was never going to be the same after that. Like, you knew it was. I'm not saying this is that big. I'm saying that there's certain events that mark that they're like markers in time that, like, they really, there's more to it than just the event. You know, that's something I've been seeing over and over again. These crazy ass liberal Democrat whack jobs have been calling this guy a fascist, and that is mind boggling to me because they have zero idea what a fascist is. They don't have any idea what a fascist is. They know nothing about fascism. And this guy, in no way, shape, or form is he a fascist. I mean, there are fascists in our world, but it's just ridiculous. Like, how are these people so stupid? Where are they getting these ideas from? And another thing I've been hearing, it's like you hear them parroting the same things over again. Some of the same things I kept hearing were they kept saying "rest in piss," "rest in piss." Like, that was when you hear the same parroted things over and over again. A lot of them were singing "Ding dong, the witch is dead, the wicked witch is dead," and they were saying that in referring to Charlie Kirk as being the wicked witch. Now, I don't know where they're getting that from, but that is like marching orders. It's like, we're going to call him the wicked witch. We're going to call him a fascist. We're going to say rest in piss. And it's, these people are mindless drones. They literally, I think they're NPCs. I think they have no soul. And they should all be rounded up and put in padded rooms and given those little cups with the pills in it, and lobotomies. And yeah, I make mental asylums great again. I say, open up the mental asylum. We've got one here in Raleigh. The city can't decide what they want to do with it. 1 minute they want to demolish it, next minute they want to make a park out of it, next minute they want to make it into something else. They don't know. They can't. It's so hard to deal with. It's so big, and nobody can figure out what to do with it. They just don't do anything with it. I think they should open Dorothea Dix Asylum back up in Raleigh and fill it full of Democrats and liberals and uh, all those people. Basically, if you've got any color hair other than standard colors, I don't know. I mean, throw them in there too. If you got rainbow hair, to the gulag. I think we need to be done with it. I think we need to move forward without them. I'm not saying they need to be, bad things need to happen to them, but I think they need to be contained. I think they are a danger to themselves. I think they're a danger to society, and I think that our world, our civilization, will be better off without them. And I think they're exposing themselves now, and I hope they continue to expose themselves so that we can log who they are, where they are, and they can be dealt with accordingly. Because I think they are definitely a danger to our society. I mean, if they're doing the things that they've been doing in the last week, we need to move forward without them. I'm not saying the Republican Party is the end all and be all. They're just as dumb fuck as the rest of them. But at least the Republicans are trying to figure out what's wrong. They're not awake yet, but they're trying to figure it out. Once you really awake, you don't need any of that political bullshit. You don't need none of it. You know, it's all bullshit anyways. I agree. GT, NPCs 20 years ago, I don't remember that either. There is someone that lives very close to me that I've been paying attention to them for years because I think that they're an NPC. If I was to put my money on one of them being an NPC, it'd be this person. And I knew something was wrong with her, and then I started hearing about this NPC thing, and I started thinking like maybe that's what's wrong with this person. So I started paying attention, and I think it's possible. I'm not sure how exactly it works, but yeah, I take back the rainbow flag. That's take back the rainbow. They stole the rainbow. I want it back. I like the rainbow. And no, take it back. Oh, have you seen the thing where you could take 4 not transgender, those LBGQPTSD flags, take 4 of them and put them, turn them one way, and then put it together, turn them, and put it together. You put 4 in a circle, kind of, but if you turn them just the right way, they create a swastika. Yeah, the woke are crazy. Yeah, woke is absolute not anytime you hear the word woke, run, Forrest, run. Hey, I don't know what we're going to do about homeless there, Miss Annie. Homelessness is a extremely complicated problem. Extremely complicated. It is not one problem. Some of these people, they don't want to be on the streets. They want to get off the streets. Some of them don't want to get off the streets. Some of them actually feel better on the streets than they do in society. Some of them want help. Some of them don't want help. Some of them are drug addicts. Some of them aren't. It's a very, very complicated problem. I don't know if you can fix it. I think really what it's going to boil down to is not fixing it, but making sure people don't go homeless. Why are our veterans homeless? No, they can't have the swastika either. That is a beautiful symbol. If you actually do your research on the swastika is a beautiful symbol. Yes, Hitler used it for a little small snippet of history and ruined it for the rest of us. But I'm taking it back. I want my swastika back. If you understand its significance, its history, its meanings, it's a beautiful symbol. And Hitler stole it and used it because he saw how powerful the symbol could be, and he inverted it and turned it, and Now people, I saw this lady, she bought an old house and it had a swastika in the floor and it was just a Native American symbol, and she's freaking out. Oh my gosh, how can you sell me a house with a swastika in the floor and not tell me? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to sue. Oh gosh, I would be honored to have that beautiful thing that's a ancient Indian symbol, not just Indian, but in this case it was a Native American symbol that somebody put in their house in the 40s because they understood the significance of it. It was very popular, and I don't know, we got to get over this ignorance. So there's your NPCs, they're hopeless. We need to just, they can be, you know, if you're playing a video game, you understand what an NPC is, you know, they can be, they're useless. They're useless eaters. They're who cares? That we don't need to worry about them. We need to worry about the ones that can become conscious, that are still stuck in the matrix, and they're starting to ask questions. They're starting to question their reality, and it's scaring them. They're really starting to get concerned because there's that reality starting to break down, and it's scaring the shit out of them, as it did us all. I know when I remember when I first woke up, like I remember that moment where I was sitting in my computer and this was 17 and a half years ago, and I'm sitting at my computer and I'm researching. I've been researching for 2 weeks, going down rabbit hole after rabbit hole after rabbit hole, and all of a sudden it just the weight of it just hit me, and this realization came over me as to what I was actually dealing with and understanding, and it just, a tear just rolled down my eye because I was like, it just hit me like, fuck. And the weight of that, man, that just it just set on me, and like it was like this pressure went down on me, like holy shit, like the weight of the world. I felt like Alice, you know. And I was like, my God, like, you know, you finding out all these different things, and it's incredible. Like everything's fucked. Everything. I don't care where you look. You know, but and also, but there are things that are getting better too, in little ways. It's like the other day I was messing around in the outdoor kitchen at the farm, and there was a somebody had put out a bunch of seasonings on the table, and I saw um seasoning salt on in the seasonings, and I hadn't used seasoning salt in forever. And it triggered me to remember I quit using seasoning salt because they had MSG in it. And so I picked it up to just read the label, just wanted to see what else was in it. And there was no MSG in it. And I'm like, well, I knew that I had stopped, using it because it had MSG in it. And I turned it over, and on the front it said now no MSG. And I'm like, well, that's great. It's these little things um that really make the difference in, we've got to keep getting the stuff. I'm hoping that the um RFK is going to really get in there and get some of this other crap out of there. I think the problem is so overwhelming that they're having to take it piece by piece. Yeah, we need our freedom back. We're not we're free, but we're not free. We don't have freedom. But in reality, we're actually all creating this nightmare also. So we are also to blame. Yeah, the chemtrails have been a little bit different this year. I've noticed they've been different since Trump came into office. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. And I saw something today where RFK was talking about chemtrails. I didn't have time to look into it. I want to see more about that. Good night, Kathy. Looks like you're heading out. I appreciate you stopping by tonight. Thank you for hanging out with us. Hello, Dennis Smith. But the chemtrails, I really don't understand why that wasn't one of the first things that they took out, because it seems like that would just be a military order. We all know it's military. Come on. It's Trump had a stroke, maybe. I don't know. I really don't pay much attention to the whole political anything. I just don't I don't know. A lot of people think Trump is the, savior of our country. I just don't. I don't think so. I'm not saying he's a bad guy or anything. I just don't think that. I don't think he's. I don't know. Whatever he is, I don't know. I don't think he's what they think he is. Mud floods in Texas and North Carolina. I don't know anything about that, GT. I don't. I haven't even heard that. Well, yeah. I mean, their weather. Yes. They can create any kind of weather, any bad weather event. Is suspectful that they're controlling it. They can control. I don't. The weather is not the same as it was when I was young. It used to be a very regular thing. You had spring and summer and fall and winter, spring and summer and fall and winter. Now you have summer and winter, and it goes. It's like it just flips. Even the leaves were changing this year in like August. They were dropping dead in August. August. I've never seen that my whole life, like ever. It's always been like October, and the trees were changing color, and the leaves were falling off the trees in August. Not all of them, but some of them. I've never seen that. And I used to love the seasons, especially spring. But I really like fall, like the gradual coldness come in, and you would add each, like every week you'd add another type of layer. I don't know. It's just really cool. Camp girls. Seems like I remember that being a lot longer ago than a month or a couple months. I don't know. October's a great month. I was thinking about today. There's a show, a Halloween show I've been wanting to do for years. That I might try to look at doing this year. Maybe I've got to do a lot of prep work for it, but I think it would be fun. Um, I'm not gonna give you details, but I have an idea for a fun show, Mudflood Halloween show. I like cold. Cold's good to me. I don't like humidity. We have humidity bad here. Uh, See and feel the prison walls. Yeah. Gosh, I was in the grocery store yesterday. Yeah. And I don't know what happened, but I was going down one of the aisles, and I heard these two I think they were girls, and they had the multicolored hair, but I didn't pay any attention to it. It didn't bother me. Like I don't care, whatever. I didn't pay him any mind. It didn't stand out to me at all. And they were talking to the meat man, the guy, the butcher, the guy, that does the meat department. He was out there. He has white coat on. I don't know if that's a thing in other countries, but in America, the meat man wears a long white lab coat looking thing. And he was out there talking to him, and I heard him ask him something. I couldn't hear the question, and the guy said, "I don't know." And I did hear that, and then the other girl, there was another girl. She says, "Well, you're supposed to help her when she asks a question. You're supposed to help her," and that kind of got my attention. I turned around to kind of look, and it was weird because in that moment I realized that these two people are literally two of those NPC liberal Democrat retard transgender fuckers. And it hit me right then what they were. And then they were like, "We need to see your manager." And I'm like, "Oh, hell no." And I honestly, in that moment, I literally had to stop myself from walking over there and just knocking the shit out of them. That's what I felt like doing right then. And I turned around, I walked away, and I'm glad I did. But that's what I felt like. I felt like, okay, I'm tired of these fuckers. They got to end this shit. This Karen ass behavior has got to stop. And I turned and walked away. But I don't know what the conversation was, but that's what was going on right there. And God, I mean, I live in a small town and I'm seeing that shit. It's crazy. Yeah, hippie pretty much doesn't sleep. You behaving yourself these days, Morgan? We know 6 hours not behaving himself. That's okay. You love my leather jackets and hoodies. You're a night owl tonight. I'm sorry about the picture's not working. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. It could have been, could be this computer's just flipping out or something. They'll do weird things trying to get you to upgrade to Windows 11. I don't know. I just don't. I'm tired of upgrading to this and upgrading to that. They can have their upgrades. I don't know. I got this turmeric. I don't know if it's a good one or not. I've been trying it out. I don't know if y'all have ever had that turmeric. Trying to get a little goodness. But I'll pick these up. It's kind of hard to get good quality stuff here. Vitamin C, little vitamin C. There's I got picked up some fish oil stuff. Try that out. You bought a new Windows 11 computer on eBay for $350. Computers can be very expensive. They can be really cheap or they can be very expensive. I got my old laptop here is so, I got it at this old one at Walmart, I think, and it was like $300, $200, $350, something like that. I can't remember, but it is so slow. And I used this computer for several years working on making videos, and I honestly, I do not know how I use this computer. It is so slow. I can't believe I made it and made some of the videos I made with it. I made some of my biggest videos with this laptop here, but how I did that, I don't know, because it is such a low end computer. I mean, it was a nice laptop, but like to do video editing and processing, I can't believe I used that thing for so long. I don't know. Oh, wait, what were we talking about? Zip line. I'm online for the zip line in Bossman's house. Those them zip lines. I tell you, we have had so much trouble with the returns on the zip lines. The zip lines work fine. There's no problem with the zip lines. They go down fine. It's the getting back up that's the problem. Getting it to return back has been. There's a fella that does it, and he's not a zip line man, but he's one of these guys that he'll tell you he can do anything and then go YouTube it, and he'll charges way too much to do it. But the thing is, he has worked on these things so many times now. I don't know how many times. And my 2 cents is we need to go ahead and just bite the bullet and go into the remote control business and get the remote controls and use those instead of this thing. Even though, which makes no sense to me, but when we called the manufacturer the remote control, they told us that you can't use their remote control with a double clipped seat. It can only be a single clip seat, which means on the zip line mechanism, there's a clip that you clip onto. You clip on the seat, and that supposedly this remote control zip line is only designed to work with a single clipped, where it's got a rope hanging down and a little disc you sit your keister on. But ours is a double clipped with 2 ropes coming down in a seat. And I'm saying, my point is, you're telling me that I can't clip 2 clips onto one thing? No. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's exactly correct. I think I could do it, but I've been going back and forth because it's like a $2,000 investment. So in order to prove the point, somebody's got to lay down $2,000. I'm not paying $2,000 for it, so my word only goes so far. But I'm afraid that's what's going to end up happening. Nails vitamins. Okay, I'm going to ask a stupid boy question. What is a nails vitamins? I don't know what is that? You on the mend? Ain't we always on the mend, y'all? It seems like we're always healing from some ailment, some ouch. God. Yes, yes. Oh yes, yeah. I don't know what that's. I don't know what's up with Paul Cook. Why he's I guess he's quit his job. I don't know if he's quit or was let go, but I would assume he quit. Um, I don't know. It's weird because he really liked his job. It's very. I just hope it works out for him because it was a lot of. it was got pretty crazy there for a while for him in the end before he went back to work. So I hope it all works out for him. So y'all go make sure you spend time with Paul and give him some love over there, because he's gonna need it for what he's trying to do. He says he's gonna write his book too. I'd love to write a book, but I don't think anybody'd read it. Not enough people to. It's I don't care about if it would sell or make money. I wouldn't give a shit. I'd give it away for free. But if I'm going to spend time writing a book, I want to make sure that it would be read. And it's really hard to find enough people to read. I mean, if every one of you guys here read the book, it'd be great. And that's not really enough to go through the effort of doing that. Not to mention the kind of book I'd want to do. I'd probably have to. It'd probably have to be one of these gigantic coffee table books, one of them massive, oversized picture books. And then you probably have a problem. There's possibly a problem with reprinting, meaning copyright, with a lot of the images, if not all. I don't know. It would be complicated. I don't know. Be cool though. I don't know if I could do it though. So, anyways, okay, y'all. I think I'm about done, and I think we're gonna wrap her up here. Well, it can be tricky, GT, about public domain images. It can be tricky depending on how you use them. See, there's a lot of images that I would love to use, like that. I found one source, not one source, but a source of images that you want to, that are, it's really bullshit, but newspapers are very particular about copyright. They are very stringent about their copyrights, about their pictures. They're very protective of those pictures, which I think is bullshit, seeing as how newspapers are dead. But they'll have pictures, from the 20s and 30s, and they'll claim copyright, like absolute copyright, cannot be used without express permission. It's bullshit, but what can you do? Hair is growing out of places. Okay. D3K2. I got a question. Why can't they just make like a multivitamin for dummies? That's like a really good multivitamin for dummies. They probably do. I don't know. I need to find good multivitamins. I wish we don't have a good vitamin store here. You kind of have to go bend over backwards to get decent vitamins, and even then they're not the best. What are you trying to explain, Annie? Are you trying to explain what a nail vitamin is? Ingredients in hair. I have no hair. I shave my head. I need to shave my head now. I'm not groomed this week. It's been just a weird week, y'all. I've been just funky all week. Been work like looking into this thing that went on this week, trying to figure it out and understand it and see what I thought about it. And so I needed to figure out how I felt about it. Because I think it's important. We're all capable of doing something like this, of like this Mr. Kirk did. He it seems to me that he started off with let's just have an open debate. Let's just talk it out. And I'll give you a chance to talk, and then I'll talk, and then we'll go back and forth. And I really like that format. It's interesting. This is something I was thinking about this week, is that I would love to do conversations with the viewers. But here's the problem. I have seen so many shows where you go in with the best intentions to have a conversation, and you allow people onto the stream, people that you don't, a lot of times you don't know, and you give them the platform to come up and have a conversation. And I have seen people come on and absolutely show both sides of their ass and the hole in the middle. I have literally seen people come on screen and pull their pants down, show their willy whacker on people's live stream. I have seen people come on and berate people in the most horrible fashions out of nowhere. And it's that is not worth anyone's time. I would love to be able to have like an open session where I could send out the link and have people come on and just ask a question, no matter how stupid. But asking a stupid question is okay, because first off, it may not be a stupid question. It may be something that I need to know. Second off, it could be a stupid question, and then I can educate you from what I know, or help you get in the right direction. But it doesn't. It doesn't. I'm not saying it always goes bad. I'm not saying it always turns to shit. But when it goes to shit, it really goes to shit. And I can't. I don't want to do that. I don't want that to be what this channel does. I don't think that's where I want to go, and I don't think that's where you want me to go. But you guys can put in your opinions, leave in the comments what your opinions are. And I would love to, in the spirit of Charlie Kirk, okay, I agree with a lot of what he said. As I said before, I don't agree with a lot of what he said. He was somewhat awake, but he wasn't awake. Okay. But he was self-educated, and he was trying to learn more and trying to hone his craft of his knowledge. And that I respect. Whether he was right or wrong, I respect that. He also gave the platform to other people to have a debate back and forth. That being said, that's all I've ever wanted. You know, when I send out a debate challenge to Jared DeCamp, Jen Truthseeker 69, Spartan Red, Jacobin Tartarian Meltdown, and John Levy. When I send out a challenge to who I feel is the head of the Meltology snake, that's what I want. I want an open debate. I want to come together in a not a debate form like a college debate form, because that's bullshit. That's I've that is actually not a good debate, because it's they put these rules in place and you have to follow the rules. That's not a debate. What you need is you need to be able to say, hey, look, I think you're wrong. Here is why. And by the way, you're an asshole. And you need to be able to speak your truth. And they need to be able to say, well, I think you're an asshole. Or, you know, you need to be able to have the back and forth. And then in the order out of chaos, you find the happy balance of okay, this is my point, there's your point, and let the people decide, or also have the people see your point of view. Because what happens is, when I tell people, when I make videos showing what I'm saying is they're doing wrong, okay, the Meltologists, all they hear is blah 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 blah. Meltology is bullshit. That's all they hear. They don't listen to a word I'm saying. They're not hearing me at all. All they hear is an attack. They don't look at the data. They don't look at what I'm showing. They just, all they feel is attacked. And they don't gather anything from it, because they're stupid. They're the Democrats, they're the liberals, they're the retards of our community. They're the NPCs. They're the liberal Democrat NPC retards of our community. And they can't debate because they can't. They but why not? Why I bring it. Let's do it. And of course, all the lower ones want to debate. Oh, I'll debate you. I'll debate you. But I don't, why are you going to go and talk to the underlings, the little, the little minions? You want to talk to the heads. I want to go, you go for the jugular, you go for the head of the snake. And that's what I'm going for. I don't want these minions. Because you destroy the head of the snake and you destroy the whole thing. When I killed that snake last week, I didn't kill the tail, which I did hit the tail. I actually cut his tail off. That's the first thing I hit. But then I hit him about 15 more times. Non-player character, Dennis. The idea of being a non-player character is in computer games, you have these characters that their job is to do one or two things. Their job is to, step on your toe or get in your way or hand you a cup or say, hello, how are you today? Or, just something like mindless and like they've got a list of 10 things they can say or something. They're basically, they're not playing. They're not a player in the game. And they don't, they're just there to provide an interaction. They're there to move the story along. They're there to cause a problem. They're there to help you move along, to get through to the next whatever. They don't have any purpose other than to do whatever their purpose, their programmed to do is. And the idea in our world is that they are a soulless being, that they were created, not sure by whom, to muddy the water, so to speak. They're there to screw things up, to be speed bumps, to get in the fucking way, to challenge you. They're like this. It's like going to the libtards here. They're calling this Charlie Kirk fella a fascist, and he's not a fascist. There's no evidence that he's a fascist. They don't even know what a fascist is, but somebody's told him, call him a fascist. He's a fascist, and they all call him a fascist. You know, and it's whatever they're told to believe, that's what they believe, and whatever they're programmed to say, that's what they say. And where they get their marching orders from, I don't know. I don't know what the hell they're watching. I don't know where they're getting their orders from. I bet you somebody's going to look in and find out where they're getting this from, because they're getting it from somewhere. It's one thing. I'm telling you, if you go look through Twitter, X, the feeds, and look at the stuff they're saying. It's the same stuff over and over again. Rest in piss. Rest in piss. Not peace, piss. Same thing over and over. Rest in piss. Rest in piss. Ding dong, the witch is dead. The witch is dead. Like what? Where are you getting this? There's somewhere they're getting it. That is a marching order. They have been downloaded and programmed to repeat, parrot the same bullshit over and over and over again. And it's coming from somewhere. I don't know where. I don't watch that crazy shit, so I don't know where they're getting it. Maybe somebody understands it. Maybe somebody knows. I don't know. Yeah, World War II is how do I even, World War II is not what we've been told. There is a lot of we've been lied to a lot about World War II. I think a lot of it was to destroy the old world. They did a lot of bombing, a lot of destruction. I don't think the stories we've been told about World War II are correct. And in the most horrific ways that you can imagine, I don't think they're correct. And I don't want to tell you what these things are. I think you have to find out these things on your own. But I think you all should go back and look into World War II. I think one interesting thing, just to throw a little thing out there. I'm not saying, let me be clear. I'm not saying Hitler was a good person. Let me be clear about that. I believe he was a Rothschild. He was Rothschild blood. But I think there's a lot more going on to him than you realize. Just for a stepping stone into this idea, that this research, go and listen to an English translation of his speeches that have been done with AI, where they translate it not only in English but in the tones that it should be in. And I think you're going to have a different. It's not all. It's not all that shit. When you get it into English and it is translated into a substance you can understand, it's a whole different speech. And I think it's important that we go back and and watch this and see, have a different look. and do some thinking. There's more to this story. There's a lot more to this story that that, that we've not been told. And yeah, Dennis, reptilians, you know, if you look into the reptilians, um, and I mean really give it a look, I think you're gonna find some very interesting things there. Um, there's so much going on that we don't understand. My first best friend when I was like 3 years old, his name was Dietliff. He was from Germany. I remember his dad used to let him drink beer. I always thought that was so weird, but that's nothing. That's how they do it. Dietliff. Me and him tried to dig a hole to China one time. All we did really was dig up a tree, but we were digging a China. Sounded reasonable. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see um, how all this unfolded in the past. Like what really happened? There's such a strange timeline. It's like, yeah, we had this reset, and then people came over here to America. My question is, what were they doing before they came over? Because that history's not right. What was going on here, or going on in, let's say, Europe? What was going on in Europe? What was really going on? Because it won't what they told us. And I don't believe in the whole dark ages and all that crap. I don't believe any of that shit happened. I believe that's all cover up. They they've probably had AI forever and computers forever. They probably had all this forever. Who knows? Yep. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I am. Um, the after World War I, in the Weimar Republic, they had been clamped down by the countries because of the war, and their money became worthless, and you'd literally, and I'm not exaggerating. You can see pictures of it. That you can literally have a wheelbarrow full of money and not buy a loaf of bread, and um that they were, then Hitler stepped in, and he had a plan to reclaim their country and get it back on into a on track, and you know that's what he did. I mean, yeah, he took it too far, and yeah, all that, but um I don't know. He it but it I think they definitely, part of it was, let's destroy it, because they destroyed so much around Europe that it's just incredible. That and World War I. We don't. I don't. I don't honestly think we even know what the hell they did in World War One. I mean, I think back, I'm like, do you really believe? I don't think I really believe that these men sat in these trenches all day long while they're getting gassed and bombed in the mud, waiting to be told to jump over the trench and run for the barbed wire. That idea to me sounds so ridiculous. I don't know if I believe that. And I think it was it's almost like these men were over there in the trenches and they were bombed and all this shit all day long, but it's like they were bombing all these places and then they had these guys in the trenches. It was like they were the ones that were witnessing, but they weren't they were only witnessing what they were told to witness. But it was like this cover story. I don't think it happened. I just don't think it happened the way they said. What was my wake up call? Well, in the years coming up to 2008, I kept having these mini wake up calls. And one example would be I saw the documentary "What the Bleep Do We Know?" If you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. And it's about quantum physics. And I remember it blowing my mind, just absolutely like, holy moly, this is good shit. And I understood it and I got it, but then I didn't understand what to do with it. And so I put it in my back pocket. I didn't know what to do with it. Like, it was so powerful. It was like so amazing, but everybody else around me was not really getting it. So, I felt like I was, not seeing it right. Like I wasn't getting it, or maybe I'm losing my shit or something. You just stop talking about it. Like I would try to share the video with people, and some people would get it, some people wouldn't, but mostly they didn't know what the hell I was on about. And that's just one example. But I would see things, you know, like I remember seeing I was at I had a huge DVD collection. I had about roughly 3,000 DVDs. When I woke up, I had I had a big wall shelf full of DVDs. And I would go to the well, I tell you where it started. I would go to the block. This is back when Blockbuster was open. If you know what Blockbuster is, it's the movie rental store. And I would go to Blockbuster every week on Tuesdays, because that's when the new movies came out, and I would rent new movies. And I had a debit card, one of those Visa or MasterCard debit cards, something like that. And I'd been buying movie or renting movies there for years. And I walked in one day and I got my movies. I went up the counter and I put up my Blockbuster card and I put up my debit card, and they're like, we no longer take these. And I'm like, take what? They're like, we don't take debit cards. Like, you don't take debit cards? They're like, well, we take cash. We take credit cards. And I'm like, and I had already ex-nayed on the credit cards. I'd already been down the credit card debt, hole, and got myself out of it. So I had stopped using credit cards long before this. And I said, well, I had cash in my pocket. I'm like, I want to use my debit card. I've always used my debit card. Well, we don't take it anymore. Like, wait a minute, you're telling me that I come in here every year, every day, every week for several years and rent movies every week. You know me by fucking name, and now you won't take my debit card. Sorry, sir. Okay. Well, you can kiss my fucking ass. And I walked out. I had money in my pocket, but it was the principle of the matter. You know, some things sometimes you just, I'm Gen X, don't fuck with us. We don't play that shit. We have a tolerance level that you just don't want to cross. So I walked out, went right next door to or was in the same parking lot to I think it was Best Buy or Circuit City, whatever. And I walked in there and I'm looking around and I'm fuming, you know, and what these stupid son of bitches, like I was just furious. And I was looking in the DVD section and I noticed that here's the movies that I was going to get. And I'm like, well, fuck it, I'll just buy them. And so I started buying DVDs. And so every Tuesday I'd go and it got to where I was walking out of the store every Tuesday with a stack. I'd walk in and I'd have a stack of DVDs, 20 deep, and I'd walk up the register every week with a stack of DVDs. And so anyways, one of these movies I got picked up was a movie about the Illuminati. And I remember it scared the fuck out of me. Like I had trouble sleeping after watching that movie, that documentary. And I don't remember what the name of the video was or anything. I do remember it talked about dirty suitcase bombs or something in there, but that was the only thing that I could remember. But I remember clearly it was explaining about the Illuminati, but it was like that kind of like got to me because it was like, I don't know what this is, but if that's real, that's scary as shit. And I never watched it again. And anyways, that didn't wake me up. But then so let's try. I think that Illuminati DVD is worth money. Oh, you know the one I'm talking about? I don't even know the name of it. I think it had Illuminati in the title. I'm not even sure if that's true. I know for a fact it was about the Illuminati because I remember that was the first time I'd ever heard that word. And then when I woke up, I remembered that DVD and I'm like, whoa, that's what the fuck they were talking about. Whoa, holy shit, that shit's real. I could feel the freaking hair stand up on my neck. But later on, I didn't have I didn't watch TV, and I didn't have cable or satellite because I never watched TV. I didn't. It wasn't. I worked. I worked from home, and I didn't. And I would work from home, and then I drank in those days, and I would drink my beer and watch my movies, and so I didn't need TV. I didn't want to watch it anyways, and I didn't need it, didn't have it, didn't want it. And then I met a girl. You know how this goes. You know how y'all girls, y'all are order out of chaos. I'm telling you what. So the Illuminati, all conspiracy, no theory. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you if he told me to me. I would know it if I saw the video. I would know it if it was the same video. I don't know if I want to watch it again. It was actually scarier. That movie was actually scarier than actually learning about the truth about the Illuminati, and going deep dive on that. That actually was less scary than that movie. That movie was very propaganda-y. It was like a fear tactic or something. I don't know. So, anyways, so I started dating this girl, and she at some point decided, okay, these DVDs got to go. We got to get some TV. And so I called up the satellite people and bring me some satellite. They brought the satellite, and of course, you know how that goes. Watching the TV, you watch the shows, and at some point, and y'all know what I'm talking about here. You've watched everything. Okay, there ain't nothing on the damn thing you can watch because you've watched it all. It's like Hulu or Netflix. You've seen it all. Okay. And then you get rid of Netflix and go get Hulu, or vice versa. Like, there's this point where you feel like you've seen it all. There's nothing left to watch. We were at that point. And so, you know how you have that feature on the DVR where you can, or the, on the, you know how you can set up, you see a program that's coming on, you can set it to watch later. Well, there was a video or documentary on Discovery Channel, I think it was, and I had set it, and so I've been watching these shows all night long, drinking my beer, just chilling with my girlfriend, and she liked to smoke her weed, and I drank my beer, and so we're both high, and about 1 o'clock in the morning, the show came on that I had programmed in to watch, and I didn't know what it was, and it was about the 2012, the Mayan prophecy 2012, and I had never heard of this before, and I sat there and watched it, and when it was over, I didn't say a word the whole time, and girlfriend didn't say a whole word the whole time. Her name was Kat, by the way, Kat, and so Kat, the show ended, and at the same time the show went off, when the show ended, the credits rolled, we both at the same time jumped up, jumped over the couch, and were running for the laptop. We both had the same idea, hadn't said a word to each other. We were both thinking, what the fuck was that we just watched, and is that true? And I came out of that computer 2 weeks later. I started researching from that moment, and for 2 weeks I researched straight. I mean, day and night. And in the process of that, in that 2 weeks, I quit drinking. And at the end of that 2 weeks, I looked up from the computer one night and I said, I'm selling everything I own and I'm moving into a tent. And that's what I did. Within a month, I was living in a tent, and it was beautiful. And from there, I worked on myself awakening, and I read over 3,000 books. You know, you got this green screen here, but this behind this green screen is my books. And I read book after book after book. And then when I got done reading those, I read them again. When I got done reading that again, I read them again. When I got done reading them again, I read them again. And for 10 years, no internet, I read and I read and I read. I read so much my eyes are bad now. It is hard for me to read now because my eyes are bad. I've read 40 books on 2012 alone. I've read even more on Mayan history and Aztec history, Olmec history. I've been down that rabbit hole very, very deep. And just a little FYI, don't discount the 2012 prophecy because nothing happened on December 21st, 2012. The Mayan calendar is cyclical. Okay, it doesn't end, it begins again. Okay, that's the first thing you need to understand, is it's not the end of the world. Okay, it's not the end of the world. It's also not when a woman goes into the doctor and he says, you're pregnant, and he says, and you say, when's my due date? And he'll say, it's 9 months from now on this date. And then it's a give or take of a certain period of time. It's a little bit before, a little bit after. Okay. And it's a period of gestation where the baby forms, and a certain time, not an exact date, this baby will be coming into the world. And that's what the Mayan prophecy, the cyclical calendar of the Mayans does, is it predicts cycles in history, cycles in civilization, cycles in consciousness in a cyclical nature, but it's not a precision instrument. It's a rough idea of when and how and what could be coming, kind of thing. They didn't mean that on December 21st, 2012, the baby was going to pop out or the end of the world was going to happen. That was just the due date. It's around that time, but we're talking cosmic time here. So we're not talking within days. We're talking within years. We're not that far away from 2012, y'all. And it's also very possible that in 2012 there was a change that happened, and it's a gradual change, and we're changing, and we started changing from that point. My point is, do not discount the Mayan calendar and their prophecies, because there is a lot more going on there than we've been told. Another thing is that the dating of the Mayan calendar is wrong. You can think, the people that went over there and took over the Mayans for changing the dates. Okay, they are the ones that dated their system, not the Mayans. So that's important to understand too. But they're very, very fascinating. They are so fucking complicated in what they were doing. We don't know shit about the Mayans yet. And the Aztecs, forget the Aztecs. Olmecs, very important. But we know very little about the Olmecs. The Olmecs were giants, y'all. I don't know if y'all have gotten a hold of that. They were also black. And I believe they had something to do with the folks that sailed over from Africa a long time ago. That's another story. Saw a UFO in 2012. I saw a UFO. I don't know the exact year, but it was somewhere around 1995-ish, or 90, maybe 97, somewhere around there. And I was a roadie at the time, and I was driving. I had gone out to Los Angeles, and I was driving back, and I was coming through Texas, in the middle of Texas, and I saw this UFO up in the sky, and I just kept watching it, and it got closer and closer and closer and I could see it for probably 30 miles. And finally I got to a point where I felt like I was close enough. I could almost get under it. And so I pulled off on this exit and went down this road and drove about 2 or 3 miles. And I was out in the middle of nowhere. And, I got to a point, it was directly above me, and I stopped. I'm in the middle of Texas, in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing around me, and it's a cloudy night. It's above the clouds. There's the clouds, and this UFO is above the clouds, and I'm under it. And it did this light show. Blew my fucking mind. I've never told anybody or explained to anybody what the light show looked like, because if anybody ever tells me the same thing, I'll know that they're genuine. So I've never once told anybody what I saw that night, other than what I just told you. But I'll tell you, it was round, and it had lights, and it was a light show. But other than that, I won't divulge that information, because I want to know if I see it again, or somebody sees it again, or somebody shows me a video of it, that I'll know that's what I saw. And I'll know that there's something to that. Now, I'm not saying that's from outer space, because I don't believe that anymore. But interdimensional, but more than likely it was probably government, is my guess. That's my experience. That's the only UFO I saw. I've also seen full body aberrations. I've heard, I've very clearly heard voices that weren't there in haunted places. I used to do ghost hunting. What's your problem, you crazy dog? You a nut? Yes, you are. I've seen shit move. So I've seen some crazy shit doing ghost hunting. That was a pretty wild time. I think I've told my story about the ghost I saw, or the aberration. I don't really think the ghost is the right word, but I saw a full body aberration of a seems to be of a gentleman named Colonel Price, who was a colonel at the Tennessee Military Institute, which I later went to as a boarding school, as Tennessee Military or TMI. They shortened it to TMI, but his name was Colonel Price, and he was one of the big head chief honchos at the school, and he died not at the school, but he lived on campus, and he was very well loved, and he was very I saw a picture of him years later, and I'm like, my God, that's the guy, and that's very similar to the outfit that he was wearing. So his hat was different, was the only difference. But anyways, I've told that story, I believe, on my TMI video, if you care to hear any about that. I was doing a ghost hunt at a place called Sunnyland. It was a abandoned mental hospital, and I'm standing in a field where the building was. I was standing that they had destroyed the building, but the place was still supposedly haunted. So I went out there to do an investigation. So I went out there with my little equipment and everything, and was doing EVPs and doing some camera work, trying to catch anything I could. And EVPs, if you never looked into those, I quit doing EVPs because I've be very careful with EVPs. They're very there's some very serious shit going on there. Be very careful with EVPs. That's just my advice to you. Shit's very real, very fucking real. But I'm standing in there, and I finished my recordings, and nothing weird. It was about midnight, and I shut my equipment down, and I took out a cigarette, started smoking a cigarette, and I was going to jump in the car and head off. And all of a sudden I heard I'm in the middle of a field, 300 feet all around me. There's nothing near me, nothing. It's dead silent. There's nothing near me. Not a damn thing. I can see everything. There's the way it's laid out there. It's a very open field. There's street lights on all the outer edges of it. And you can very clearly see around there, and there's nothing. And very clearly in my ear, like she was standing beside me, I heard the voice of a little girl say, "Please help me." So I shit myself. I grabbed my shit and ran as fast as I could, and scratched my brand new car trying to get the key in, forgetting it was a remote unlock. Nope. Haunted little girl voices. Nope, not doing that. No, thank you. Not gonna do that again. That was like nope, that didn't sit well. but the place was supposedly there was a lot of shit that went down at this place, so I guess I should have expected something. But that was a fun time. I used to go out with a group that were ghost hunters, and we connected online. They were ghost hunters. I was into ghost hunting and stuff, and we'd go out and get together and go out and do this, and we did some crazy shit. That was some good times. That we did some wild I mean, everything from graveyards middle of the night to insane asylums to just some crazy shit. And it was a wild time. Good crazy time. So some places we shouldn't have, like, it was like, why the hell did we even go like that? That was too much. Some of that stuff, because you're not trying to you're trying to do it in the dark. You're trying to not do it, you're not in the places that you're supposed to be, so you're doing it in the dark. It was dangerous. But it was fun. It was a good time. It was a hell of an adrenaline high, I tell you that. Yeah, Grand Canyon. Yeah. My one time I was gonna go to Grand Canyon. I was on my way. I drove. I was going past. I went past the Hoover Dam. Hush it, zip it, shit it. I was going past the Hoover Dam, and I got up to the Grand Canyon, Flagstaff, Arizona, I believe. And I stopped at the convenience store, and I was getting a drink, and the guy said, "Where are you heading today?" And I said, "Oh, up to the Grand Canyon." He said, "No, you ain't." I said, "Huh?" He says, "It's closed." I'm like, the Grand Canyon's closed. Wait, what? Like, I thought the guy was fucking with me. And what it was the government had a shutdown in the 90s. I don't know if you guys remember this. They did a shutdown in the 90s, and they shut the Grand Canyon down because it was a national park. And they shut it down, and you couldn't go. You could not go to the Grand Canyon. I was like, you got to be shitting me. So the one single time I could have ever gone to the Grand Canyon, I couldn't go because the fucking government shut it down. Love Biggs. See you next week.
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
No.
It's a mystery! It's a mystery wrapped in a riddle inside an enigma! Don't you get it?
Say woof again! Say woof again!
I've got one that can see.
Welcome to the underground.
This is my kung fu, and it is strong.
See you later.